Do you ever feel like the world is just too much? Like one tiny thing goes wrong and your whole day spirals out of control? I've been there. Traffic jams, annoying emails, unexpected bills, it's a constant barrage. But what if I told you there's an ancient philosophy, over 2,000 years old, that holds the secret to staying calm and unshakable, no matter what life throws at you? This is the power of Stoicism, and today, I'm going to share 5 Stoic lessons that have genuinely changed my life, and I know they can change yours too. So, grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into the wisdom of the ancients. First up, and this is arguably the most important lesson of all, perception is everything. The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is a game changer. Think about it. 2 people can experience the exact same event, say, getting stuck in traffic. One person gets furious, honks their horn, and lets it ruin their morning. The other person sees it as an opportunity to listen to their favorite podcast or just enjoy a moment of quiet. The event is the same, but the internal reaction, the perception, is completely different. The Stoics teach us that it's not the event itself that causes us distress, but our judgment about the event. We can't control the traffic, the weather, or what other people do, but we can always control how we choose to see it. So next time something frustrating happens, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this event actually bad, or am I just choosing to see it that way? You'll be amazed at how much power you reclaim just by shifting your perspective. The second lesson is something that might sound a little strange at first: practice hardship. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, advised setting aside a certain number of days each month to live with the bare minimum. Eat the plainest food, wear your oldest clothes, and step away from your comforts. The point isn't to torture yourself. It's to prove to yourself that you can handle it. We spend so much of our lives worrying about losing things: our job, our money, our comfort. This exercise, often called voluntary discomfort, acts like a vaccine against fear. When you deliberately experience a little bit of hardship, you realize that the things you're afraid of losing aren't as scary as you imagined. You build resilience. You learn that your happiness isn't tied to your possessions or your circumstances. So try it. Maybe skip your morning latte for a week, or take a cold shower. It might feel uncomfortable in the moment, but the mental fortitude you gain is priceless. You'll start to appreciate what you have more and fear what you might lose a whole lot less. Lesson number 3 is a tough one in our social media-driven world. Don't seek approval. We're wired to want to be liked. We crave validation, positive comments, and the approval of our peers, our boss, even strangers online. But the Stoics saw this as a trap. They argued that if you tie your self-worth to the opinions of others, you're essentially handing them the keys to your emotional well-being. Marcus Aurelius put it beautifully. It is a disgrace to have the soul surrender while the body is still fighting. He meant that letting others' opinions control you is a form of giving up on your own inner integrity. The Stoic path is to focus on your own character and your own actions. Are you being a good person? Are you acting with virtue? That's what matters. What other people think is, ultimately, outside of your control and shouldn't be your concern. So, the next time you're about to post something or do something just to get a reaction, pause. Ask yourself, am I doing this because it's right, or because I want people to approve? Focus on your own internal scorecard, not the applause of the crowd. Now for our 4th lesson, something we hear a lot about, but rarely practice effectively: be present. The Stoics were masters of mindfulness long before it became a buzzword. Seneca wrote, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." How often are our minds somewhere else? When we're with our family, we're thinking about work. When we're at work, we're dreaming about vacation. We're constantly living in the past, replaying regrets, or living in the future, rehearsing anxieties. The Stoics knew this was a recipe for misery. The past is gone, and the future is uncertain. The only time we truly have is right now, this very moment. This is where life is happening. To practice this, try to fully immerse yourself in whatever you're doing. If you're drinking a cup of tea, actually taste the tea. Feel the warmth of the mug. If you're walking, feel your feet on the ground and the air on your skin. By anchoring yourself in the present moment, you stop squandering your energy on things you can't change or things that haven't happened. It's the ultimate way to find peace in a chaotic world. And finally, we arrive at the fifth and perhaps most profound Stoic lesson, memento mori. It's a Latin phrase that means remember you must die. Now, this might sound incredibly morbid and depressing, but for the Stoics, it was the opposite. It was a source of clarity, motivation, and joy. Realizing that your time is finite is the ultimate wake-up call. It puts all the petty annoyances and trivial worries into perspective. Is it really worth getting angry about that spilled coffee when your time on this earth is limited? Is it worth wasting a day holding a grudge? Memento mori isn't about dwelling on death. It's about using the reality of death to live a better, more urgent, and more meaningful life. It encourages you to ask the big questions. Am I living in alignment with my values? Am I spending my precious time on what truly matters? Steve Jobs famously talked about this in his Stanford commencement speech, saying that remembering he would be dead soon was the most important tool he had to make the big choices in life. It strips away all the external expectations, all the pride, all the fear of embarrassment or failure, and leaves only what is truly important. So, let's recap these 5 powerful lessons. First, remember that your perception is your power. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Second, practice hardship voluntarily to build resilience and conquer fear. Third, free yourself from the need for external approval and focus on your own character. Fourth, live in the present moment, because it's the only place life truly exists. And fifth, use memento mori, the reminder of your mortality, to live with urgency, purpose, and gratitude. These aren't just philosophical ideas to think about. They're practical tools to use every single day. The path to a calmer, stronger, and more resilient you doesn't come from changing the world around you. It comes from changing the world within you. Start small. Pick one of these lessons and try to apply it this week. See how it feels. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and your journey to inner peace can begin today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope these ancient lessons bring you as much value as they've brought me. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on living a better, more intentional life. Let me know in the comments which of these Stoic lessons resonated with you the most. Until next time, stay strong and stay present.